This is a quick and dirty video showing the difference between a standard 275 watt power supply from Dell and an 80 plus gold 275 watt power supply from Dell. The standard power supply is almost entirely on one PCB and it's really simple. You can just follow the wires over. It goes over here on this right side of the spark gap. Got some inductors, a few beefy power transistors on this heatsink, two transformers that go over the spark gap, some more transistors, one, maybe two ICs on the underside of the board, and power output. Very basic, lowest BOM, so it's very cheap, gets the job done, but not going to be efficient, not going to have as many safeguards. Now if we go to the 80 plus gold power supply, and remember, 80 plus gold mandates efficiency targets at I believe 20% load. For 275 watts, it's pretty low. Power starts at this daughter board with this plastic shield on top, so that way any loose solder ends don't, any through-hole solder ends don't poke the metal chassis. Got two big inductors, relay, whatever. Goes on to the high side of this PCB. There is a spark gap. Obviously much more sophisticated, a lot more ICs, same power output, just way more efficient. You've got two small heatsinks, this daughter board with some transistors, another control IC, got a control IC down here, small heatsink here, a lot more caps. On the other side of these heatsinks you've got only a few power transistors, a master control and caution chip, some control pots. This one has two as well for the overcurrent protection, and the other one was for 12 volt adjustment. Construction isn't drastically different inside. Still got just basic heat sinks, daughter boards up at 90 degrees, the same kind of thermal adhesive used under the caps to stop them from getting damaged in transit. But obviously higher bill of materials, more complex to squeeze out that efficiency. Unfortunately, I'm not a very experienced EE, so I can't give much more of a breakdown, but I'm sure there are plenty of PSU breakdowns that will tell you more. But I thought this would be an informative little look at when you're paying extra for 80 plus, what you're getting. And that's going to be obviously a PSU engineered to a much higher standard, but in addition, extra safeguards. For example, this temperature probe on this heatsink for over temperature protection. I assume, I'm looking, not similar on these two, so I guess this must be the limiting factor. And of course, here's some shots of the inside.